Hello. I am I'm 35 now. That's pretty crazy to think about. I have been alive for 35 years. And even after 35 years of living on this planet, I'm still learning things about myself, about others, about how to person, right? And one of the things that I've been really trying to power level my ability in recently is setting boundaries, and not just setting those boundaries, but enforcing them, which is something that historically I have been absolutely terrible at doing. Which is to say, historically, I didn't do it at all. And most of the horrible things that have happened in my life happened because I was with the wrong group of people. I was associating or affiliating with people that were not really my friends. And I was going out of my way at great self-detriment to people please and to make other people happy. And I think that a large percentage of that is just dysfunctional. It's just not good. Because if you people please too much, if you go out of your way and bend over backwards too much for other people, there's nothing left of you in that equation. You just become what other people want you to be, and then you're not an individual anymore. You're just an extension of somebody else's ego. And I think part of the reason why I attract so many borderlines and so many narcissists is because they can smell that on me. They can pick me out of a crowd. They can see it a mile away. And I need to get better at getting out of the whole victim mentality and being more able to defend myself, especially in a emotional or psychological or social context, right? So that's what I'm working on. And the work, such that it is going pretty well, I think. I've cut a lot of very toxic influences out of my life, and I've found myself better for it. There was a short period of time over the past month where I was really sad, I was really depressed, and I was crying over this or that. And I realized, in hindsight, that what I was crying over was not that important, right? Not unimportant, but not that important. So it's a matter of scale. And when you live that kind of life where you're so used to becoming and being for others, and you're so used to everything about your free time being like a kind of readiness for someone else or for other people, it's easy to lose perspective of scale about what's important and what is consequential, because that's all you can think about is, other people. And you don't think about yourself, and so you don't know. You don't have like a, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have the emotional framework to understand issues in a vacuum without other people, because you need people. So I've gotten better at that. Cut out the toxic influences. I'm reading more. I'm not gaming as much as I used to, which part of that is my job has been busy and there's been crazy stuff happening in real life. And part of that is I'm really trying to seriously just evolve and self-actualize with regards to, boundaries and understanding how to be an individual and how to be myself without coming across as self-centered, because like anything else, it's a precarious dance. You have to find equilibrium there between doing everything and anything that somebody else wants to do and talking about or doing the things that you want to do, because both of these are opposite ends of a spectrum and neither one of them is healthy. You have to find a spot in the middle, and that's kind of where I'm at right now with regards to that. I'm struggling with that a bit, but I'm definitely getting better. I started reading a really amazing book recently called Fluke by Brian Klaus. It's about everything, honestly. Like, not in a cliche, tacky, new age crystals and cottagecore sense. It's quite literally about everything. And the way in which this book is laid out and the way that it explains things is deeply meaningful to me, because it's helping me understand how small my life is in the grand scheme of this harsh, cold, and uncaring universe. And it's helping me realize that no matter how small or insignificant a variable is, every single thing matters in one form or another. Every choice that we make, every word that we say, every thought that we have, right, is meaningful, even if 100 years go by and nobody remembers any of it. The stuff I've seen, I'm not going to go into a whole tears in the rain spiel, but I've survived and been through some of the most interesting and formative parts of internet lore and history. And 200, 300, 400 years from now, if we're still spinning and we're still alive, none of that shit is really going to matter, and nobody's going to care. But it still happened, and it's still part of our past collectively, and it still mattered. And I think that that's an important lesson to take away, not just from reading a book about chaos theory or quantum variables or what have you, but just in general realizing that what you say and do matters. And while you can't change the past, you can act in the present. You can influence the future to the degree that you are able to. Everything you do is affecting this massive, impossible equation. And in a lot of ways, that's beautiful. That's elegant. It's us. It's life. And for the next couple years, I'm going to do my best to live my life to the fullest. And I'm going to try my best to not give a damn what anybody says or thinks about it.